Welcome to the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship 2012. My name is Sandra Olvak. I'm joined by the lovely Sarah Carlson.
You see here the standings in the three different groups. Here's the blue group where Switzerland and USA still undefeated. We've got New Zealand, Germany and Ireland struggling in the bottom. Red group, which we will be covering today. Canada and China looking good for the playoffs. One of them will remain undefeated after today's game. Austria and Finland also looking pretty good. Here we see parts of the third group.
Lineup for Canada is Dean Hickey and Chantel Eberle with coach Jim Waite.
And China, we've got Ji Yansong and Lu Xia. Their coach is Li Hongchen.
Canada won the last on draw. They will have hammer for the first end and play the red stones. China playing the yellow. So, China will kick off this first end.
And here's our first look at Lu Xia.
Is it fair to say this might be the most interesting game we've seen so far?
I would think so. We did have a really good game last night, Scotland and Denmark, but these are the top teams of this group. We did see China the other day and they really showed us some great curling. So big hopes.
That's where Jim was
You
giving me.
see, yeah, a little bit heavy with her first. We'll tap the red and roll into the open.
Yeah, I've seen China play on our webcast earlier, but not Canada, so we haven't really seen them too much. But certainly any team out of Canada would be pretty good. Here we see Chantel Eberle.
I'm probably a bit strong. I'm strong.
Line's still good.
I got lots.
Okay. Can we get here?
Lots. Lots. Not curling at all, eh?
No, it's just a little brisk.
So I do believe she was a full
Okay,
strong.
not terrible.
Strong she was.
No, that's not bad at all.
Shoot.
Just a little bit too much weight
bad.
on that one there. China sitting one at the moment, so we're gonna see Ji Yansong just drawing another one in there.
So a couple of heavy draws. Let's see if Yi Yansong can put this in front of the tee line. Both teams have 6 minutes to practice before the games, I believe. So they should have a good feel of the ice before they start playing the game.
Yes, so here, Ji Yansong for China. So we have seen mixed doubles is a little bit different from the usual curling that you see back home. We've got one male and one female player on each team. And instead of your regular 8, you will have 6 stones per end. 2 of them will be pre-placed. The stone with the team with hammer will have 1 stone just at the back of the button, while the team without hammer starts off with a center guard. No takeouts allowed until the 4th stone that you play in each end, so it's normally very aggressive. Here we see Dean Hickey for Canada. We're going to play a little
Weight's pretty good, Shan.
hack weight tap back
Touch firm.
on the yellow shot stone.
So Canada doesn't have a mixed doubles championship.
Shoot.
They play. They do have the normal mixed championship though, where you have 4 players, 2 women, 2 men, and it's the second and third, which is Dean and Chantel played against their lead and skip of their mixed team that won the Canadian Championship. Kind of bittersweet, according to them, to win over their friends to secure the spot for the mixed doubles of the world.
Yeah, I bet you it is, but there has been a lot of talk in Canada about having a proper qualifications for mixed doubles, and they're talking about putting it maybe just at the start of the season, August, September, so that it won't crash with the big cash spiels and for people who are collecting Olympic points. So it might be interesting to see what Canada has to bring in the future. It's certainly looking good for them already, this Canadian team, with only wins so far in the competition. As we see Ji and Song wrecking on the guard there. And it's a lonely yellow stone in the house for China, since Canada do have last stone in first end.
Well, we can throw it hit like 3/4 high side and just roll it, hey?
This way.
Like I like go, can we go that way with it? That's just dead jam.
You're better. That's okay. This is better than that. I like this, Dean.
Yes. Yeah, with weight, hey, though?
You have to put, yeah.
So looking to remove this yellow.
How
Well,
much,
probably
Jack?
will jam at the back and spill one of the reds, but
Normal's okay. We gotta
Okay.
stick it.
that's not really a problem for Canada. If they stick the shooter in front, they'll be lying 3. Just want to catch this high side and roll to the left.
No, Dean. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nice
Did
shot.
avoid the jam too, so that's a perfect shot by Dean Hickey.
Yes, Canada now lying 4 with hammer. It's looking a little bit tricky for China right now. No guards in front.
Yeah, I think they might have to play a double here. But China's been very aggressive so far this week. We're used to seeing the Chinese teams be a bit defensive, playing a lot of hits. But China's been looking to steal every time they have the chance.
Yes, they were really aggressive yesterday against France and also very successful.
I do think there's a chance to play a treble. Just red one here next to the broom. Back onto the 2 reds. Certainly know that this guy can throw some heat down the ice.
Hi. Oh, hi. Hi.
See what he can do. Ah, so close. But only removes 1 red.
So that's for a 3rd shot, I believe.
前面有个球搂不住了。
Yeah, the hard thing about mixed doubles is you don't have too many stones, so if you find yourself in a bit of a mess, you don't have too much time
I
to
won't be firm normal,
to
but
get
I'll
out
be
of
good
it.
normal.
Okay.
So this time just nose hit required from Dean Hickey to keep Canada in the position of lying 4.
Yeah. No. No.
we go over top of it?
No.
Oh, gotta be kidding me.
This time with the jam.
I got throw that very good.
You just outed it a bit. But you
And
outed
that
your
mistakes
first one
now
too.
gives
Your first one.
China the opportunity to hit and lie 2. They don't want to set up a double, but the situation certainly is looking a lot better for them right now.
Looks like they might be playing a double here. It's kind of a tricky one. If you throw too much weight, you might be able to roll over the top.
You should just make sure that you get the roll so that you still set 2. That would force Canada to taking 1.
Hard! Hard!
So here Yi and Sung
Hard! Hard!
calling the line,
Go, go, go,
needing to sweep this one. Not to over curl.
go, 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 go.
Kind of scary there, but does lie in a nice spot. And Canada now can at most get 2 points.
Jeez. That's probably 3/4, hey?
So what do you want to do?
Well, we either take our one and run, or we try it. I mean, we can try it, Shannon. I don't care. Is that your call?
No.
No, I need that broom.
We can't. We probably can't stick it. So.
Well, we can get a deuce, but it's thin, hey?
So discussion of risk and
What kind
reward
of
there.
weight, Shan?
There is a chance
Shanny,
to get the double for 2, or maybe the little bit easier, safer shot is a
what
draw
kind of
for
weight are
1,
you throwing?
Normal.
or even just a nose hit on this one.
You'll get a little bit here.
You want less?
I wouldn't mind going for the double. It's not that thin. It's not the hardest shot. But they really want to score on this end, so playing the safer shot, score 1. But even with this, you might be able to roll out
This is
and
firm,
give up
hey?
a steal. Last stone of the first end for Chantel Eberle,
No.
Okay.
and she's going to roll out and give up a steal, so might as well go for the double. Or
Well, it's always easy to say so afterwards.
In, okay. Not bad.
so after one end, you'll see China picking up 1 steal and lead by 1 point over
Now?
Canada.
No.
What turn do you want?
Well, it depends.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I think maybe
Let's
there
see,
was
so we're taking.
a lot of weight for just a nose hit on that one. So here we see the umpires putting up the pre-positioned stones. Canada still with hammer. They have the red stone just back of the button there. So the first call for China is to play the freeze.
线路偏小一点啊，带一点，立正怎么样？
力量 OK 啊。
哦，线路非常好，线路非常好，放一放，放一放，线路偏大，放，力量没问题，力量没问题，放到底。
So this is looking pretty good by Liu Xia. Once again, a little bit more weight than she would have hoped. Do really want that
You like that side?
red stone as backing.
再手哈，感觉已经很小。
Okay.
Go this side then.
It's possible for Canada to come to the inside of the yellow, maybe even tap it back a little bit. I think they're looking for the freeze.
Okay, your line's pretty good out of your hand, Shanny. How's your weight?
We're there. Just for line.
Okay, it's sitting there right now. It's
Yeah,
just sitting
I'm
there.
Chantel
I'm
Eberle
there.
was a little bit
T-line
heavy
for
with her
sure.
first draw in the last
Better.
end.
Okay,
This
hard,
one
go.
Holy
looking a
crap.
lot better. Big swing here in the end.
Good shot. No, that's a good shot.
I didn't know there was
Ends
shot.
up in a pretty good
Probably
spot.
would have been better, right?
Well,
I guess like get there, but
I was just thinking if we could just we come across the top. I don't know how we stop it from trying to freeze on it. You know. Sorry.
站位就行，宝子。对。
So I think we might see China try to corner freeze onto that stone, just played by Chantel.
I think you're absolutely right.
路线很好，只是力量。
These two
如果可以的话，
Chinese players are both full-time curlers.
有点线。
So just bounce off
力量稍微大一点。
稍微再
a little bit.
就粘死了，那就更漂亮。这球已经很不错了。打完了，咱拿这边这个就上。
他拿红的磕。
是。
And we might see a little tap from Dean Hickey.
Probably an 8 right now.
No.
Weight's not bad. 7, 8. 7, 8.
Close, yep. No, we're good.
8.
Yep. Close. Clean it. Yep. Trashing.
Here Dean Hickey yelling 7 or 8. That'd be just an indication of how heavy stone is. T-line is usually about 7.
T-line would be 7, back of the forefoot would be 8. And I think he was...
没有，
that was
你
a
要干嘛吗？
correct
你
judgment.
要干嘛吗？你想打到哪个位置？打
Probably
什么
about an 8. Maybe a 9.
不是你这个要是头能留下的话，直接打这俩 double。
这俩大波打这儿也不能打定，都打这儿。
Things are lining up pretty good for Canada right now.
扣分呗。
But that stone that was previously played by Ji Yansong is very possible to tap up here for China.
Yeah, both teams leaving possibilities.
So same shot that he just played, just needs
力量没问题啊。
哇，你这力量有点大
a
了。
little bit more weight.
哦
And this also needs to curl.
能过二边吗？ 下来了吧？Go go 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 go！再来点。
We'll just push the yellow stone in a little bit. I believe Canada's still sitting 2.
You just want to freeze or you want to try to get inside? You probably can't, hey?
Then they freeze, but just corner freeze. Because we're 1-2, so we don't have to move it.
Just as you
You
heard
like that?
I don't care.
Chantel say there, they are 1 and 2. Don't have to move this yellow.
Whatever you like.
I'd like to get a third one in there.
You tap it a bit, that's good.
Not going to hold out there?
Huh?
Nothing. Just dead
feline.
freeze, hey?
Canadians seem to be communicating well.
I think it's a good thing when they have been playing mixed
Probably
together
a 7 right now.
before, even if it's not been a lot of mixed
Small
doubles.
tap.
No.
They
Small tap.
will know the way that the other
Big tap.
person throws.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, hard, Dean. Hard. Big roll.
Jesus.
I don't know.
It's just straighter there, hey? Probably 2 feet faster, 3 feet faster.
Also hear them communicate here. the differences in the sides of the ice.
头过来，
奔牛头走呗。
过这儿，到这儿。
Both the Canadian players saying that they are extremely happy with the ice conditions and also the
哎，你要往
stones.
这头一个呢？
往那头太难了吧？
Here we
边儿
see
上
the
边上
Chinese coach, Li Hongchen.
打薄一点，厚一
Curious
点
about
就
the
行
angles
厚就
in the
在你这
house.
甩就可以啊。
Seem to be playing a hit and roll. Just blast those two corner freeze stones and maybe roll into the forfeit. Might be a double two. Remove that back
松
for
一
red.
点点。
This could be a good option to make sure that you limit scoring for Canada in this end.
So huge weight again from Yan Song.
哇哇哇哇哇！
，go go 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 go。
It's a bit unlucky there, not removing the back red,
再厚一点啊。
but still a good shot.
Definitely improving the situation.
看着你这劲儿大，对不对？他俩动动。
Does leave another freezing opportunity for Canada here now.
Okay.
Since that yellow sits just back of the touching the forfeit.
Yep. Yep. Okay, you're good.
Here this is the side that Canada decided curls more.
Whoa. Clean. Tap it. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard, hard, hard. Shot, Dean.
Very nice. Tap and
That is what I would prefer.
Flop
like to
in.
freeze, but you don't want
Yeah, I
all
just
that, right?
throwing it, just overthrown things.
I don't think the angles for China is looking too good.
No, they really need to get a good one in there now. So a great freeze required from Liu Xia.
So the last shot for China on this end. Really needs to
线很大，线很大。
find a nice spot for this yellow. So far looking a bit heavy. It's possible to at least tap this out. It is, and well, there's a draw for two, but there might be a little hit on the top two for three.
You know what? If it does clip to 7-7.
It might drag it straight back. You can make it two ways. You can throw a little bit of weight at it. We're guaranteed two, or we can play it like with bumper and
Well, as
spill
long
it, and
as we
spill the
don't-
three here, right?
Oh well, we gotta spill it farther.
Well, I'm assuming you're going to hit a high half, right? It's going to drag it a bit. You want to throw more than bumper at it?
So do you like that or just draw for two?
No. I want four. Let's throw. Do you like throwing something a little more at it, Shannon?
Well, we want to stick it though too, right?
We do.
It's going on it all day.
I don't know if.
It's catching it, Dean, all day.
Well, then let's draw for two then. If you want to draw. It's your call,
You know,
Shannon. I
if
don't
I
care.
can get by tight and if I can hit it thicker, better chance.
We can either go here or play that. Don't matter. We can't get four. Now that I look at it, the best we're getting is three. So,
I think
Yeah,
Dean
let's
Hickey
draw.
is right.
do you want
I'm
to draw
not
here or here?
Here,
Shot just for three, but I think he's there with the bumper weight.
I don't like it.
You might tick
That
off
should
your
probably. That should be pretty good.
tick off
eh?
your shot stone, but I do think that he'll will spill enough to the left to score three.
Decision here now is to draw for two though.
Yeah, being a bit cautious, not wanting to play this last double in the previous end to score 2. Now, again, playing the, you know, easier shot for score of 2.
So important though to feel comfortable with the shot that you are playing. So here's the last stone of the second end. Canada and Chantel
How's
Eberly
our line?
needs to
okay.
find
It's heavy,
full
hey?
forfeit for a score of 2.
It's heavy.
No, it's not bad.
No, just for weight.
This one looking pretty good.
Atta girl. Great throw.
Yeah, really nice draw by Chantel. Didn't even need to sweep that one. Saw a couple of strokes from Dean Hickey, but
Wow, that fuss hard.
that was
Atta
there
girl. Good throw.
Thanks.
all alone. So Canada pick up 2 points. They lead by
Out.
the 1 after
Perfect
2
there,
ends.
line. You want the in or the out?
The out.
You want the out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we will see Canada playing the first stone of the end. Chantel Eberly
Okay, your line's a bit wide.
looking for the
So you
perfect
can wait
freeze.
on it if your weight's not. You're way out there, Shan.
Wow.
How's your
I gotta
weight?
go.
Looks like you gotta go hard on this.
She just played a really, really good draw here in the last end. How far she can she drag this one?
I knew it.
Comes up a bit short, sits in front of the house.
Right line.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good line.
Yeah, it's a bit too short.
So China, the team with hammer, really early here in the third end, and Liu Xia has the opportunity to put some big pressure on Canada to sit 2.
You know, that other problem with Chantel coming up short there is she's over curled the guard, so you won't be able to tap it up. Straight back anyway. And with a nice draw from China here. Might make things difficult for Canada, but has over curled a bit and has a chance to come down there.
And they had to sweep it because it was so tied to the guard, but comes down a little bit further than what they would have hoped.
Yeah, they're exposing the 1 foot now, and Dean Hickey. Did you
Dean,
just play a
just
freeze or
wait.
maybe even just a slight tap?
Weight's pretty good,
No.
I think.
No.
But so far,
No.
hanging a bit wide.
Oh my God.
Heavy.
Needs to be close to the guard. He's going to
Oh,
pass
this
it
is
by
terrible.
quite a bit.
Uh-oh. Sorry,
And
girl.
heavy as well. It's going to slide
Oh
all
my
the way
God.
through, I think.
Wow. Sorry.
Okay.
Yan Song.
Oh, that's a bad shot.
Sorry. Lisa. Yeah. Can sweep that by, and she has. Now a really good chance for China. Seem to have called the guard. I don't think they'll mind coming into the top of the house if they got the line.
No, that wouldn't be a bad call. Can see the angle of those red guards there that Sander was talking about earlier. They are not in a good position for Canada. You see Ji Yansong with a guard or potential draw to the top of the house.
And Yan Song is just pointing to the roof, indicating that this stone is maybe a bit too heavy. And you really don't want to be heavy on that shot. Maybe even a high guard would be better. And he's gonna go all the way through, but jam onto the back red that we couldn't really see on our screen. So do lie 3, but will allow Dean Hickey to come down and play that same shot.
Yeah, that was a big mistake from China there. Even if they would have been top 12 or in front of the house, things would be looking a lot better. An opportunity here for Canada now.
Yep. Hard, Dean.
So maybe just a bit tighter to the guard this time, Dean Hickey.
No.
And I do think it's going to be all over the guard.
So looking like we found a bit of a difficult path here, Sander. Both teams just really struggling to find the correct stone positioning.
I think what's happening is they played up this one path that's really keen, and when you go a bit more inside, you get some fresh pebble, and stone slows down a little bit and maybe catches a bit more curl. Do you think that might have happened to Dean Hickey here? Or maybe just overcompensating for his heavy draw?
Yeah, definitely could be that. Could also be a combination.
Yep. So, Yan Song looking to place this one
right in the gap.
yeah, just between those reds. I'd like to be high of the house. The guard's okay. The line is more important. And just maybe sweep it at the end to get that little curl. Maybe tuck an inch of the stone behind the guard. I think that's a pretty good shot. But maybe Canada has a chance to play a triple.
Firm normal, Shan?
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're playing this over the nose of those two in the forfeit, or if they're trying to get the nose.
I think Chantel was pointing at over the nose.
Off. Okay.
It's going to be nowhere close of that.
Sorry.
Okay.
In out on
So
it.
Canadian fans looking a bit worried. Both Chantel and Dean has struggled in this end. Not really playing too many shots, and China again just looking for this guard, or just a stone half tucked in behind the guard maybe.
你这力量好，貌似还是有点大呀，是不是还是有点大？
站位站位啊，不大不大。
So last stone for Yan Song.
We talked about the fact that Canada was having some good communication. I think it goes for the Chinese team as well, even though we don't know exactly what they are saying. They do seem to communicate a lot. And as we saw in the previous game with them, they always make the most of every shot.
And he probably runs it.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good shot by Yan Song. Not sure how much Canada can see of that stone.
You got to hit about, about half?
I have less than you have.
I know. Well, you probably got 2/3 from the house, eh? Have a look, see what you think. Just running it in there, hey? Where'd you want, right there, Shan?
So should be able to remove at least 2 stones here. But you might just be afraid of catching the guard, so you might be throwing a bit too high.
You definitely don't want to wreck on the guard here.
That could be a potential 5 for China. So Chantel Eberle with the last stone for Canada in this end. Really important shot. And she doesn't look too happy. And she's going to be all over the guard, I think. And he's and Dean Hickey not really sure what to sweep there. Don't really think it mattered. Got to say that Chantel Eberle was really lucky to even remove any yellows. So tight
Did that hit?
And even sticks a red in the house, so WCF needs to play a hit to score 4. That was a huge miss by Chantel.
Yeah, they did move the broom a little bit further inside now, and maybe that just caught a fresh path and caught a lot of curl. But you still had to be quite a bit inside on the release for that one.
Yeah, just all of a sudden, just after the kick from Chantel, she didn't really look too happy, even still by holding the stone. So last stone of the third end for China. Lucia does not want to over curl this one, and I think she might have. And wow, what a turnaround in this end. Canada picks up a steal of 1 after quite the lucky shot from Chantel Eberle, and then a very poor shot from Lucia.
You want the intern again, Shan?
And you did not see that. Now Canada leading the game 3-1 after 3.
A little cleaner end this time.
Yeah, well, it's hard to
And how lucky does the Canadians feel right now, Sarah?
Oh, very lucky.
So yeah, we have to think it's 25 plus.
Yeah, Canada just, no, China just gave them that score. China, they could have gotten 4. Instead, now the score is 3-1 Canada after 3 ends. So important mentally now for China not to let this affect them. And just keep on playing the way that they have, because they did put a lot of pressure on Canada in the previous end. So with that steal of 1 again, Canada and Chantel Eberle playing
Okay, your line's
first stone.
not bad, Shan. How's your weight?
Elsewhere in Ezurum curling arena,
No, you're good right now.
Ireland playing Switzerland.
Line's really
Switzerland
good. Yep,
up
go,
4
go,
to
go,
nothing
go.
there.
No, I don't have to
Latvia
go.
is
Get off the line, you do.
7-3 up on
Alright,
Finland.
good.
New Zealand,
you're good.
Czech Republic currently at 2 each. And Sweden with a huge lead over Romania. They started off taking 4. Romania got 1, and then Sweden got 5. So the score there is 9 shots to 1.
Good shot.
It's my hair.
You think you're throwing 25 on this side too?
I think so.
So Canadians, they are certainly looking happy after that end. Huge sigh of relief. We're looking at like giving up 5. And then they got to remove 1 Chinese stone, and then still having a hit for 4 China. Somehow gave away a steal of 1.
Maybe that did affect the mood of Liu Xia a little bit, as we see her coming down deep here with the first draw.
Yeah, and after that perfect freeze from Chantel, Dean Hickey can put 1 more in there to really put Canada in a good position after only a few shots.
You're gonna be close, Dean.
7.
Yep, yep. Whoa. No.
But he's going to wreck on the guard.
Get
So
it over a bit on
we've
it?
seen him over curl a couple of
It's a little
times.
soft.
Leaves a little gap.
你就跟他进营的力量就行。
不行，进营力量稍微有点
But I do
别
think China's going to
头
come
往这边
around.
甩
是，我往这边甩，我往这边甩，然后这个往后走一点，这个漏一点。
Want to create some separation in between these stones to be able to make a move at the red one later.
Just looking at the ice, I think maybe they're
再来一点。你不用太大力量，
looking to come around the red.
再来一点吧。
But now they're taking a bit less ice. So I think they're trying to get through the gap here, Sarah?
Yes, I think that's the call. Certainly the way you want to go if you want to tap these.
Yeah, it just seemed like a lot of ice, but they found a lot of curl. Although that shot did seem a bit light from Yan Song. So I think with this being the end sheet, you might see some more curl towards the barrier. Jim Waite, coach for Canada. He's done quite well other years with different teams. I think he has 3 gold medals to his record. It was Wayne Middaugh winning the gold in '98. Russ Howard and Gushu obviously won the gold in Turin, the Olympics in 2006, and recently, well, a couple of years ago, Kevin Cooey won in Cortina d'Ampezzo.
Wow.
After beating Norway in the final.
Sorry, girl.
Impressive resume.
Does have 1 silver though from '99 when Jeff Stoughton played. So it's not a perfect record.
So someone a little bit better because they beat Norway in the final.
So certainly doing a good job, Jim Waite.
So Dean Hickey did find the line with this one. It's in a position where China really can't ignore it, but they need to make a move here.
How do you think that previous end can affect China?
Well, it could affect them in 2 ways, but it's probably going to feel quite tough. You know, it's feeling like we had them and we gave it away. But then, if you can also choose to look at it as, you know, they only scored because they got lucky, kind of thing. And if China could keep applying that amount of pressure, then we will definitely back in the game pretty soon.
Yeah, very easy to be disappointed, but maybe you should focus on that you really had Canada in that previous end. If you continue playing like that, you'll be able to win.
Yes, disappointment feelings is definitely not going to get you wins in a curling game, so I think the strategy definitely is to focus forward.
It's hard though.
Yes, but curling is hard.
Yeah, gotta keep control of your emotions, and you gotta keep your focus up.
Should be good.
Gonna see the same shot here again for Canada.
Clean it
Maybe
right
looking to be
center.
a little bit shorter, just sit as a guard.
Okay, you're good. Whoa. Whoa.
Finds the perfect line,
1 out of 4 ain't bad.
and as you said, 1 out of 4, no bad. If you makes them in the right time.
Yeah. So maybe Dean Hickey not too satisfied with his play so far, but many ends to go. And after that fantastic freeze by Chantel, you see that China's in real trouble. They need to move that red, and the only way to do that now is to play this double raise. Not an easy shot for Yan Song. Again, loads of weight. Not really sure how much that sweeping will affect his line. Wow. That's pretty good right there. And they're actually lying shot at the back.
Yeah, to move that far, they were really
To bury it.
locked on the nose.
If we're a little heavy,
Pretty fantastic
we'll go back
shot.
and tap, right? But
Could maybe have been able to remove it, but certainly just an amazing shot by Yan Song. They are just looking to score here, so they will open up the forfeit. And you see the right hand side of our screen is pretty open. Chantel Eberle will try to find a draw around the guards. Maybe sit on top of the forfeit. You know, China is lying shot at the moment, so if you don't curl enough here, you might leave a shot for 2.
How's your line on
You know,
your
after
hand?
seeing Canada be so cautious, I thought maybe they could play a hit on the yellow and give away 1. This is the only chance to give away 2.
Yeah, you can go to the back then.
Are we on the back yet?
Not yet.
But with Chantel being so heavy on the draw, she's gonna find the yellow anyway. But
Okay.
I do believe China has an open hit for 2.
Yes, Chantel just rose a little
Okay.
bit too far with that. China with second shot at the moment, so if they can just remove this red and sticking their own, it will be a score of 2.
I think it's just a bit weird. You saw Canada not taking too many chances in the previous ends, but now they're 2 up, and playing that draw could have easily just played a hit on the yellow.
Yeah, it's a big curl there though, and it was certainly a nice opportunity to really put some big pressure on China and maybe get away with another steal.
Whoa, whoa,
Well, last time of the
whoa,
4th end
whoa,
for Liu Xia.
whoa.
She over curled heavily
下点儿
in the 3rd end with a hit for 4. This time she'll do a lot better. She founds the nose, and that's a score for 2 for China, and it's going to tie up the game after 4 ends. So 3 each between Canada and China, and as it's only an A10 game in the mixed doubles, they'll have a break now for a couple of minutes, and so will we. So we'll be back soon with this future game in the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship.
Welcome back to our feature game between China and Canada in the World Mixed Double Championship. We are in Erzurum, Turkey. The score is 3 each. And the game has been very exciting so far. What do you say, Sander?
Yeah, good game. Certainly a couple of highlights. We, we saw China having a real good chance of scoring 5. Well, they had a shot for 4. Canada ended up with a steal of 1. So just been a bit back and forth. China picks up 2 in the 4th. So it's all tied. And I think we'll see a very exciting second half of the game.
Here is Chinese female player, Liu Xia. And she's looking to lock this yellow onto the red, just back of the button. Looks like she might be a little bit short on weight. She'll also curl up and wreck on the guard. Does create some separation though.
点不小，点不小。
怎么能这么大呢？
Yeah, and does have a chance to tap up that Yellowstone closest to the house. So
Do you like a little more or no?
yeah, usable
Like
at
I was
least.
just thinking maybe there.
Okay.
We saw Chantel Eberle make a really nice freeze in the 4th end.
Yeah, they were looking really good until Jian Song blasted everything.
Okay, your line's good
Just
on your
a
head.
double angled raise to spill it off the
Yep,
1 foot.
yep for line.
Here again, you see
you're good on line.
Chantel
Yep,
Eberle
go.
for Canada.
You're good.
She made
Where
the
are you?
perfect draw again.
It's good. Yep, right in. No.
Looks
Look
like
at
she
Sarah.
can.
Looking
Oh.
pretty good with this one.
Oh, great throw.
Perfect
Sorry,
shot by Eberle. Right on top of her own.
这个吗？
给你这个点。
我觉得你捏的这个点儿，什么？
So this could be a very important shot for China. They could lock one on. They'll, be able to
不行
do something in this end. Can't afford to bounce off, leave another draw for Canada.
力量没问题哦。
Really needs to be on top of the Reds.
7、8、8、9、9。
They're not sweeping it, so it's not a good sign.
放到底。
Looking heavy, and I think this is going to rub off the Reds. Certainly not what you were looking for there. I do believe Canada's just going
这个多少？
to come on top once again.
Not
Where are we?
frozen, I don't think.
Top 8.
Yeah, top 8, top 12.
Yes, this would be good if China wants to play a run back with the next one. Drawing it into the 4-foot could mean that Jian Song could spill all of them.
Yeah, I think they're a bit afraid of that tool that Yan Sung has. Playing the high, hard ones. And certainly if you bring this down to the 4-foot, you might see Yan Sung even sticking yellow in the 4-foot.
You
So
might have to go, yeah.
want to keep this a bit high,
Okay.
but even if you are all the way down to the Reds,
7.
still pretty good.
Okay.
As you see, this is being called a bit heavy, and might even tap their own red a little bit.
Okay.
But I do
Well,
think
if you had less weight, we had to go on it, and it was
the angles are okay. Here we see Jim Waits again. I told, I think I said earlier, had 3 goals, but apparently he has a lot more.
we had to bring them, yeah.
So many we can't even count. So very successful coach.
Yeah, definitely a good thing to have a very experienced coach with you when you go to these championships. He will know everything that there is to expect, and that can definitely help out the players a lot. So because Dean Hickey came in a little bit deeper than what they thought with their previous one. Jian Song here with another freeze. Maybe even a little tap if they can get the line right here. Does need to get past the guard though.
So Yan Sung, a really good sweeper, but couldn't hold this one up. But has left the gap along the center line and might be able to make a play on that yellow he just tapped into. So again, still leaves a couple of options, but they certainly need to be removing one of the reds soon. At least come into the forfeit, tap things around. And again, as we said before, don't have too many stones in mixed doubles. You only got the 5 to play.
Dean Hickey did play the perfect guard in the last end. He said at least I got 1 out of 4, but
Where, Dean?
I think he knows exactly how to make it now.
Okay, easy on it, easy on it.
I think line's the most important thing here. Just set on the center line. Gonna cross it by a little bit maybe.
Nice shot.
And that looks pretty good. But I wonder if there is a chance to come around that guard. Ooh,
Might
maybe
be.
not.
China looking at another blast right now though.
Yeah. Only 2 stones left, so and Yan Sung only has the 1 left, so you might want to you know, play this run back while they can.
Say damage control. Make sure that you don't leave too many reds in there for Canada. They do have hammer.
Yeah, I mean, even if you hit this too high, you might open the right hand side, and you still have a tap up on the left side there. So again, might leave a couple of options even if you miss here. Or running this one back. You've seen him make a couple of good ones before. Maybe just a bit tight this time. No. Let's see what happens. So a bit unlucky, but does remove 1 red. Certainly helps the situation.
As you said, also opened up the right hand side of play. Left hand way you're looking at your screens right now. And China still with that tap up there on the right. So leaves them a couple of options. It's sitting nicely for Canada now. If you have any questions about mixed doubles or about curling, feel free to post them on our Facebook site, World Curling Federation. You can also use Twitter, hashtag WMDCC2012.
Huh?
6-7.
Sanders got all the answers.
No,
So
then.
some of the answers might come from you though.
It's okay.
I'll
but
try and help.
have
As
to
long as
have
they
to
don't
go.
involve
Just a small tap right now.
counting
go
medals
then.
and stuff, then we will be fine.
Okay, whoa. Sit.
So has overcurled a little bit here.
I gotta freeze to get out of it.
But they're all in front of the tee line.
你要怎么打？什么力量打？
I don't think it's too bad for Canada.
什么力量打？
正常3秒呗。
前面就落到这儿，也行。
Question is, how much can she see here, Liu Xia?
你感觉行，你来
It's
一
not
个，
much.
要一个都行。
Maybe a quarter,
感觉咱哪个好？你不用
third
哪
at most.
哪一感就行。你说我是拿另外一抓一个，
你要抓的话，之前
With the big finish that we see here, can she come up to the inside to maybe just tap him back a little bit, but sit for second shot?
Yeah, I think that's what they're looking at. Tap those 2 back reds a little bit, create a nest, and sit there for second.
我正常你打就行呗，刚才那个。
3秒
It's a
就行。
difficult shot. I think these type of shots are the most difficult to mix doubles, these hack type shots, where you can't really hold the line too much with sweeping. You know, on championship ice, if you just play a little more weight, the stone goes a lot straighter. So it's quite sensitive to weight. So if it's just a little soft or a little hard, you might miss the shot. Just going to play maybe just a control wheel here. So I think it's a bit more than I expected.
I think maybe they want to remove 2 reds.
It's not going to be very close to the guard. Does remove 1 red though.
Yep, that's leaving Canada now with a draw for 3. So last stone of the 5th end. Canada needs full 8 foot to score 3.
Hard, Dean. It's good. Line's fine.
Your T line, Shan.
Okay.
So looking like a nice drop from Chantel Eberle.
3 red.
And it's going to be a score of 3 for Canada. They will double their score.
Did you see
And
her husband
job.
there waving the flag?
Good end.
Yeah,
to have some antics up there. As we see that Canada moves to 6 shots.
You want,
China does in
Yeah.
fact have
Yeah.
3, so
Oh,
it's
Ian, yeah.
a 3-point lead for Canada after 5 ends. So we're going to kick off the 6th end.
Yeah, your line's pretty good out of your hand.
I'm not heavy.
So good line and
No
She's
line
not
yet,
heavy.
Shan.
not
You work on
heavy.
it.
That's
So
a
lay
good
away out
sign.
there.
Sounds good. And she's not that light that she needs to sweep, so
It's trying.
It's got to be downhill.
No,
probably
you just leave it. Oh, sorry.
good, but she was maybe
kind
a foot heavy,
a bit in,
and
okay.
line probably
You
wasn't
got
that
out
good.
Like you got it out to the stick. Good shot.
So, you know, early signs were looking good, but it does slip into the back of the T lane.
再大一点儿。OK。
And we see the updated score. Canada leading 6 shots to 3 over China. Take a look at the World Curling Federation logo before Li Xia kicks off with her first shot of the send. Just looking to come around and sit on top of her own yellow.
蝴蝶不要。
Oh.
Looking pretty good. But maybe have overswept it.
Yeah, just a little bump and still a pocket there for Canada to use.
Again, you know, you're just a little bit better if you're a foot short than a foot too long.
Yeah, we said it so many times, Sander, but so important in mixed doubles curling. It's all just one big race to the button,
Yeah,
and you
Dean.
can't really win a race to the button if you start off behind.
Right out of my hand.
Yeah, I need to leave yourself a couple of options.
It picked
Very
right out of
often
my hand.
hard to score with
I don't know what to do here.
stones in the back of the tee too. So
It just flew right out of my hand.
So
something seemed to have happened with a stone here.
I think picked up on some debris
Yep.
right out of Dean's hand there.
Yeah, I just told Chantel, you just felt something underneath of the stone. It doesn't take much for a stone to go wild. Just a hair or a piece of rubber, anything really.
Yeah, and we haven't seen much. The ice conditions have been really, really good, but that's another downside when you don't have two sweepers that can keep the stones clean for you.
I think maybe that's just the second pick we've seen in 8 games, so that's pretty pretty good.
So there is a gap in between these guards, and here is Ji Jun Song
有点线啊。
with an attempt of finding it.
线路没有？
好，路线 OK， 底线踩踩。
Ends really swinging back and forward here, both teams having chances of scoring big with hammer.
这边来。
And a really nice draw by Yan Song.
好球。
They're lying 3,
然后那边也没有，这边也没有，
and
只能软。
it's more or less the opposite of the previous end, where Canada was lying a little bundle in the forfeit.
What turn?
The out turn will probably stay straighter.
So now we're going to see Canada run the guard.
Am I throwing firm?
Yeah.
Let's see if Dean Hickey can be as precise as Yan Song.
Whoa. Whoa. No.
Told Eberly that the out turn might go straighter, and you have not curled enough to hit it perfectly on the nose. So still lying 3 China, and you'll probably see them put up the same guard. Now
对，还那么来
it's
一
going
个
to be yellow.
刚才的点。
Yeah, you would much rather be running your own stones in than running in opposition ones. Just a centre guard being called here for China. They are lying 3 in the forfeit, so it's a good situation. Just want to protect it.
可以的话下点线啊。
啊，
中线就行，下点线他呢。王思颖
Yeah,
往
guards
哪
mostly about line.
3-3。
Needs to curl a bit more, and maybe they're just going to tick off the reds. No. So maybe just a bit late on that call. Would have swept it a bit earlier. They might have just gotten that little tick off the reds. Yan Song comes up a little heavy and slides into the house. Makes it very easy, a lot easier for Dean Hickey
Yeah.
to remove some yellows.
Same thing?
Yeah.
And I do think they might be able to remove 3.
It's going to be difficult to make all of them go, but you can definitely get 3.
Still need some weight though, Dean Hickey. So just play the same path. Should be able to be close.
Yeah, Hardin.
So sweeping a hard this time. How many yellows can he spell? Only 1.
Yeah, just over curled with that one.
Yeah, I would have liked to see 2 yellows go.
At least we got a hit and roll off something, I guess. Sorry, girl.
你要站这儿吧，他这个够打水。
You know, Canada only has 1 stone left, so
分一个。
China looking
分
at
一个
the
要是站这一半儿，他妈也不好打，打不进
it's
去。
going to be the best shot for them.
对吧？头在这儿。
那现在
Obviously, if they play guard, you might see Canada come around and
这边反正不太够，这边
play a
的话
draw.
打甩，打完
maybe
甩
even
过来
lie
的话
shot.
应
So
该
they might be thinking about coming a bit
要不
closer
这样
to
我传他
the，forfeit.
行不行？不是，这么传，头放在这儿，头到这儿，完把这个1号磕到后面，就算他
那
打过来
这个6不。也在这儿吗？然后他一打
对呀，
不是，那
他也
你要是这
打完大不
么你要传完往这边来一点呢，
传我这边来一点儿，
然后这球过来，然后这球挡这儿，
不是
他打甩也不太好打。
他打甩吧，这个球前面球保护嘛，后面也是他就窝里了。你要是传这面把这个1号磕走，这个球在这儿吧，他打完大包球在这儿，前面没有障碍。
他不打你大波，他打甩呢，直接做圆心，
不是，那后面没有球啊。
他怎么就没有球呢？你这6号你得在这儿啊，
6号在这儿，把1号挤到这儿，
你头呢？
头在这儿啊。
头在这儿，那
啊
6号不就在这儿吗？
对呀、
那你他打完了不就过来
他打完了头就在
行，你
磕6号
想咋打，
方面
你想。咋打就咋打，
传一个，在这边传一个。
这一点小，这一点吧。
So some real discussion between the Chinese players here. You don't want to play a guard because you'll leave a draw for Canada. So it seemed like they might have gone for a freeze or maybe a little tap on their shot zone. If don't want to leave a treble or maybe a quad for Canada.
No, but the problem is if you play the guard, where do you put the guard? Because you can't guard both sides, and Canada will be able to play at least a double. So this one's going to come into the rings. Really important to get some good angles going here for China right now.
Yeah, I think they're just making sure that if Canada comes into the forfeit, it's going to be easy for them to remove it. They've moved things around a bit. It's not looking too bad, but I do think Canada can play that double off the wide one and sit underneath the top stone at the top of the forfeit. Maybe that would create some good angles for Canada. Take a look here. If you hit this stone just next to Dean Hickey's broom and roll over to the left, catch that stone at the back of the forfeit and sit there, it might be hard for China to score run into. So last shot for Canada. China lying 4. Can really save this end for the Canadians here. Chantal Eberle looking for a double. Maybe just a bit tight, and you see Dean Hickey struggling with his broom. Wonderful shot. That's exactly what she was looking for, and now you see the angles.
So there might be a scratch. There might be a scratch here somewhere.
Well, yeah.
You saw Hickey start sweeping with the wrong side of the broom with the plastic. So just afraid of leaving a couple of scratches on the ice.
And that might give you the wrong effect.
Yeah. I didn't really have to sweep, so perfect shot. You see if China plays on to their top yellow, that red one might just come back onto the back yellow.
But with that separation though, if they catch it just a little bit on the left hand side, they should be fine. I think they're playing a tap back though.
Yeah, just tap back for 2. I think even if you hit the yellow on the left hand side, you might just drag it a little bit and hit the back yellow anyway. I think this is one of the times you play for 2.
But still, you could play that shot for 2 as well if you hit the yellow on the nose. With that ice, do you think that's what they're doing?
Not sure. Obviously, if you try to play for 3, you might end up with 2 anyway. So, might be worth the risk. So maybe they're just playing the shot for 2 and then hoping maybe they get the line for 3. Last stone of the 6 for China. Liu Xia looking high on line so far. Needs the curl. Got to cross the center line. She has done that. She will jam at the back, but I do think that's just enough to score 2. So, pretty good shot there by Liu Xia. But they will still trail Canada, but by the 1 point, Canada leads 6 shots to 5 after 6 ends. We have 2 more ends to go.
So definitely game on again. And if you want to know about the other games, Switzerland is currently leading Ireland 10 shots to nothing. Latvia saw off Finland 11 shots to 3. New Zealand is leading Czech Republic 8 shots to 4 after taking 3 in 5th and stealing 3 in the 6th end. Bit surprising there maybe. Sweden is leading Romania 14 shots to 4. So we definitely picked the right game to broadcast today, as it is a very close and exciting one. Canada, China. Both teams undefeated before this draw.
A nice shot there by Lucia.
力量够，除了我告诉你力量够。
Good shot. Good shot.
2 ends to go. So China might be looking to steal in this end. Which you usually do anyway. So Chantal Eberle taking her time with her pre-shot routine. Often you'll see most players do the exact same thing before they kick out the hack.
Yeah,
Okay,
why is
you're a
that,
little wide,
Sander? Why
Chen.
is it so important? Do you have a
How's your weight?
routine?
I have routine. I do
Don't
do
touch
think it
no.
changes a
We got
little
all
bit though,
kinds of room here.
depending on how serious the game is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But
in a really serious game, what's your routine?
it's just, you know, get my stone, clean it. Just got this little swishy swashy cleaning method, and then
That's okay.
spin the stone a little bit in my
Just gotta
hand.
get
That's
one
it.
away.
Nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy.
I just kind of back it.
But when you watch the same player over and over again, you see the same thing happen all the time. Just think it's good.
加油！
Yeah, probably if you have a routine, it means that your body knows exactly what's coming. So good in that sense. Chantal comes up a little bit short with that draw.
Yeah, a bit wide too.
China now can lock another one in there. Maybe even sit to in behind cover. That red will still be there though for Canada to tap or
力量
race.
肯定大，
So that little green light,
跟着点球，宝
that
宝
lit。up on the
跟球
stone,
减速了，跟球。
what's called a eye on the hog. Got to release the stone before that blue hog line.
力量够，力量够。
And if your light turns red, well, what happens
掉
then?
去了啊！
They take the stone away.
掉去了。
Haven't seen that happen yet. Shouldn't really happen, but it does happen, you know, just a couple of times per championship.
你这个力量确实大，你知道你这个出来了，咔往前就一送，我一
So
看见。
Canada with a more defensive call here. Taking off the centre guard. Might be a good call. They are 1 shot up and they do have hammer, so would like to make sure that they can score. Don't want to give up a steal.
Throw it in.
So no problem. The centre guard goes away.
再过一点。
So I think Yan Song is just looking to replace the guard. They're lying to.
下点线啊！
Don't want to come too close to the house. You might leave Dean Hickey with a run back.
自己能下来。汪汪，
力量小点啊，刷位置，也就刷位置。再下点儿。
哦，不用下了。OK，老徐。
Pretty good shot by Yan Song.
Yeah, definitely learned from the previous end where he put it in the house.
咱把那边
This
打。
one sits in a really good position.
More maybe, hey?
And,
Ah,
take the guard, so I'm not going to have a shot. Because that's
So I'm going right through with it, hey?
Huh?
You want to go right through with it?
Run it this way.
Okay.
So Canada will attempt the run back. Even if they just pick off the guard, they'll probably be happy. But if you can take off one of those stones in the forfeit, that'd be absolutely perfect for Canada.
Hard, Dean. Oh. Hit hard.
Well, looking close. Does run it back and does remove a yellow. Actually, it removes 2 yellows, but the guard will sit in front there on the top of the fort.
Still a nice shot though. This leaves Canada with shot stone rather than before when China were actually sitting 2.
过来的话，我估计就掉下去了。这球就要往这边来。
不能不能，限购限购，行不行？
还不如往这来一个呢。你觉得呢？
Hear the crowd going wild there. That was Ireland making a double to score the first point against Switzerland.
还直接就把那旗打掉。不要了。
再扩一点儿，嘿。
So China want to avoid multiple scoring here maybe, or create a
你
good
这啥球啊？
opportunity for later with removing this red.
哇！看点头发了。好，OK。你这啥球力？我球力呢？敢进营了？我寻思你要被传进。
没有不打吗？
是啊，我这瞅你贼温柔踢，我寻思这球。
No tap though.
No.
Can't tap it.
Tap is bad.
Can't be much clearer than that. Tap is bad. Certainly a foot too short is good here. Kind of an awkward situation for Canada. Delay shot, but it's in the back of the tee, and you got China line with 2 stones in the front. But you want to make sure to score. And China only has 1 stone left, so they are gonna go for this corner freeze onto the low.
You're gonna be tight.
For line?
Yeah, you're tight line. Where, Dean? Whoa. You're over curling. Well, whoa. You're by. In between, yep. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Pretty good. Okay.
Still pretty good.
Just. I know when you let it go if it's gonna curl or not.
Just because it looks soft out of my hand?
Yeah, but pretty
It
good
didn't end
weight.
up in a bad spot.
No, I didn't even look at it. I didn't even look at a shot there because he can just take that.
然后不行我就站上。
No mistakes in the communication there between Canada.
不行
No,
站上。
certainly made the best out of that shot. Did over curl, but got
你看，
to the other side of the yellow.
不是，你先听我
It
说，
doesn't really
你把这球粘
look
这儿，它
too
给你打
easy
一
for
个
China
正反
to tap this up.
粘那个就是磕起来都行，
你给我这
修
边刚才
虚架也不用
进营。
粘，那个磕
If you
打
tap
的。
this up, you might
你知道
leave
你
a
这
leave a double. So I think they might be
稍微
going
磕了一点吧，
right around
你就给我这个点吧。我刚才那
to
个
freeze onto the red.
大擦过来是吧？
That definitely is a possibility. They did also point out maybe tapping it quite thinly and try and roll.
Yeah, because certainly don't want to leave that double. So if you're looking at tapping the yellow, you want to roll in behind the tee line with your shooter. But you don't really have too much to go on. If you catch it too thin, you won't really get shot. So looking difficult. I think prefer to play the come around and freeze onto the back of it. Looks easier for me.
We'll see what she makes of this one. WC 呀，
哦，力量怎么样？
力量传没问题
哦
啊。
哦哦哦哦，羡慕好哦。带带，好。
So I think we're looking at a tap here.
力量怎么样？
多。
She's got a lot of weight. She might
哦这力量偏大一点。
yeah, just tap this one all the way through the forfeit. Just gonna hang on for second shot. It's too much weight there.
Yeah, really good line.
I don't mind a tap tap.
Oh, this is a straight draw. This is probably.
Or we can throw the out turn at it too, Shan.
I think you should have let it go. You could have maybe ticked off the red one. And with that,
You don't
get a
like
bit
that?
more action on your sheeter stone and roll away.
You want straight draw?
Straight draw.
Here, hang on. You need the broom.
Oh. Yeah, straight draw.
Right there, hey?
Yeah, and if it's curling a little bit, we can do that tap tap. Down to 12. I don't think it's gonna do much.
So just a straight draw for Chantal Eberle to score 2. Take a 3-point lead over China before the last end. Potential last end.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of exciting things happen in mixed doubles. I think this Canadian team, they are so experienced that if they do get a 3-point lead, they will manage to hold it. This last stone of the 7th end.
How's your line?
Yeah.
Chantal Eberle for Canada needs to find full forfeit to score 2.
So working this on for line. Don't want to crash on
Okay, well,
the
we're
front
fine.
stone.
We're good.
Jeez.
Oh, that's a missed line call from Chantal. Got Eberle.
That just.
Thought she was by, and then all of a sudden, stone does
Sorry,
crash on the guard.
Had you sweeping that the whole thing. Oh, it's
Saw Dean Hickey trying to
too red.
get the red to spin in,
Sorry.
and it's gonna be good enough for 2.
Good
So
sweep,
good
though.
job by Dean Hickey to follow that stone in the forfeit. And you see Canada will have 8 points, China 5, and
Yeah.
we're gonna head into the 8th and possibly the final end.
Okay, help you sweep.
China needs to score 3 for an extra, or maybe 4 to take the win.
I was like, oh, we're good.
As Dean needs to take a little breather.
Working hard out there.
Probably happy Chantal is throwing the first stone. He can rest for a little bit longer. Final and 8th end.
Line's good, Shan. How's your weight?
Pretty good.
This could be a really important
Okay.
shot for Canada if they lock this on.
Okay, line's gonna be good.
China needs
Just
at
wait.
least
We're
3.
there. It's close.
Go, go.
Gotta go. Just.
This is not the first time we've seen Chantal Eberle
It's a good shot. That's fine.
thinking
Good
the
miss.
way was there, coming down this path,
I'd rather have it.
and then changing her mind.
And it wasn't
Good shot.
quite.
No, good shot.
So maybe just getting fooled a bit by this spot in the ice.
Oh, 力量 OK 啊。
4-5 4-4，力量
7、
5，
5、
粘这个粘这个啊，go go 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 go，啊，发过来发过来发过来发过来，我，够过了够过了。
Really nice line there.
Beautiful shot. Absolutely perfect.
Freeze.
And you'll see Dean Hickey come down the same path, if he has caught his breath yet.
We are pretty high up in the mountains.
That's true. Almost 2,000 meters above sea level here in Ezurum.
You got the room.
There's so much
It's
sun
not
lately.
bad right now.
You get tired walking around outdoors, don't you, Sarah?
Yeah, even walking the stairs. Needs a good one here.
Hard, Dean. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Can he squeeze by the top red? Yes, he can. Perfect shot. And does get an applause from his Canadian fans up there. Really nice. And remember, China needs to score 3 for an extra. And they are going to call a timeout. You'll see Li Hongshen come out. There's a little curling board there. We hope that China got some good advice from Li Hongshen. He's played Canada before. He was an alternate for China during the Olympics, but came on to play against both North American sides, USA and Canada. They won against US, but lost to Kevin Martin.
You definitely seem to have a plan.
Yep. And I think that plan involves moving these reds.
Right now it involves some big sweeping.
It's not the first time you've seen a missed shot after a timeout. Might just take a bit of the momentum out of the game.
And here you also see the time clocks. Both teams have 46 minutes to complete the game. Canada right now with far more time than China.
Yeah, so I think Dean Hickey can take his time in the hack
Yeah, I'm gonna
after
throw normal up.
some sweeping to catch his breath, no problem. China too also have loads of time. They've only got the couple of shots left on this end. Does allow for some thinking time, which is always good in mixed doubles.
Easy. Yep. Okay, well.
Gets both yellow moving, but spills only one. Still a very good shot for Canada. They are looking pretty good right now, even though that word wasn't in the dictionary.
Yeah, spilled that yellow in behind the guard. So China a chance to maybe score 3. So this looks more like a normal end of curling now. Well, we're looking for the roll, I think. But
Just normal.
Maybe it sits half an inch behind that red, or just side by side. So not the easiest shot to stick this one.
Can we just
for
take a whisker
Dean
more,
Hickey.
Shan? They just seem to be biting, hey?
Okay. Whoa. No,
So
no.
far not needing to sweep this one, but even if they just pick off this yellow, it's not
Sorry,
too bad.
That's okay.
Sorry, girl.
I think maybe Dean Hickey was just a
Just
bit
got it
safe
out
there.
on you, hey?
Yeah, you'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I knew it wouldn't right. It wouldn't go.
Well, his kind of went. I was just.
头长着，这不是2个球了吗？
So Canada has only got one shot left.
还给你刚才那点。
再扩
Would，you like to
Good
see
point,
yeah.
China draw behind the
That
guard?
Could definitely draw behind the guard. Think what they're looking for now is to roll behind the guard. They do need to make it perfect.
It's a difficult shot. You could play the draw behind the guard, and then Canada would be forced to maybe play a draw in set 2.
Oh.
But if you make this perfect,
Oh.
you have a good chance of scoring 3.
再掉。再来点。
But this one needs to curl,
再来，宝贝儿。
and it's not going to curl enough.
Okay. Thank you.
And they will shake hands
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Good luck. Hi, girl.
as China doesn't think that a score of 3 is possible anymore, with only that one stone left to play. So Canada
See, what
will
kinda
win this
sucks,
game.
but I kind of made a few shots when I played good.
Pretty good game, I think.
Or when you played good,
Definitely one of the best we've seen.
Yeah, we did.
We made him when we needed to make him.
Okay.
So a lot of great shots, but in the end it's Canada that will stay undefeated. China move to win-loss.
Yeah, so elsewhere here in Ezurum, Sweden beat Romania. New Zealand still playing against Czech Republic. Score there is New Zealand 8, Czech Republic 7. New Zealand with hammer. Latvia beat Finland. Switzerland beat Ireland. And we will be back at 5:45 local time. Feature game will be home nation Turkey, and they are taking on Austria. So that's it for now from me, Sarah Carlson and Sander Rolvog. Thank you for watching. Tune in later.